Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to JWE Wednesday Night Wingcrest. We're in San Diego, California, where we have a special night in store for you all. Tonight, Senator Armstrong and Raiden once again face each other in another chapter in their storied rivalry. Jaren and Nagito Komaeda continue their beef with another match against each other, and Morag faces off against the Women's Universal Champion A2 in a non-title match. And for the first time this year, we will have true cross-gender matches in the ring as Violet and Joker take on Rex and Pyra. And for the main event, Nier and Kaine face off against 9S and 2B. So sit down, grab a warm cup of tea, and get ready for some action, because this is Wingcrest. And here we go, starting off our night, which is with what is sure to be a heavyweight barn burner. Introducing first, it is Senator Stephen Armstrong. And yeah, this is sure to be one hell of a match. And his opponent, it is Raiden.
Weighing in at 175 pounds, Raiden!
And here we go, the crowd on their feet, waiting to start this night, and here we go, ref rings the bell, and Armstrong immediately with a right hand, but Raiden with a reversal. And working the legs early. Armstrong a right hand. And now sending Raiden into the corner, turning him around. And looking for the knee, but Raiden with an elbow. Armstrong pushing Raiden down. Stomp to the upper arm. And now, just working on the neck. Armstrong with a snap suplex. And a falling fist right to the face. Top down elbow. And an arm breaker. Armstrong really keeping Raiden in place, trapping the arms. Just bludgeoning the back of the head. could tell that was personal. Here we go. The pin 1. Raiden kicks out with force. Raiden rolling out of the way. Looking to use his agile nature to his advantage, but Armstrong the reversal and the falling fist. Top down elbow again. Raiden woozy on his feet, and Armstrong sending him for an Irish whip, diving underneath. Jumping over the top. And a knee right to the nose. And a stomp to the back of the head. Armstrong just really working Raiden right now. Kick to the chin. And now rolling Raiden up. Deadlift front slam. And again. Looking to powerbomb, but Raiden fighting himself out. And looking to come back. The Pele kick. The flying hammer drop. And just completely whiffing on that. Armstrong forcing Raiden up over the shoulders. There's a falling neck breaker. And the cover. 1, 2. Raiden kicks out. And Armstrong with a power bomb. And the cover in the corner. There's 1, 2, 3. And Armstrong not really letting Raiden have any breathing room at all. I was not expecting that match to be that short.
Here is your winner, the Senator, Steven Armstrong.
And next, introducing first, representing the Diamonds, it is your women's, or one half of your women's tag team champions. It is on to Kamiki.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring, representing Diamond Mine from Tokyo, Japan. One half of the Grand Prix Women's Tag Team Champions, Tanaka.
And her opponent, It is Pandoria.
From your darkest fears, Pamela!
And here we go. A ref rings the bell to meet in the middle. And On immediately turns Pandoria around and sends her down with a Russian leg sweep, and immediately, and I mean immediately, locking in a headlock. Pandoria fighting out. Springboard head scissor hurricane Rana. And an arm breaker. Pandoria stomps the wrist, turning On around. And now pulling back on the neck in her own submission attempt, but On fights out. And I'm very, very surprised that both women went for submissions this early on. On with a double leg dropkick to the back. Telling Pandoria to get back up to her feet. And now, both women locking up. On slipping out to the back. Rear waist lock applied. Hands right underneath the ribs, putting pressure on the diaphragm. And Pandoria with the power to slip out, and now turning the tides, waist locking On. And now On, snapmare. Head, triangle hold. Pulling back. Preventing any forms of escape. And a knee to the spine. On now. Another submission hold, this time an armbar, and Pandy again finds the escape. Pandoria sending On for an Irish whip, tumbling over the top rope. And now up top. Flying crossbody connects. Forcing On back up to her feet. Walking her, tossing her back inside the ring, climbing in. Pandy to the outside. Trying to get On back up to her feet. Springboard Hurricane Rana. And a double leg drop kick. On using the ropes to get back up to her feet. Pandoria turning her around. Putting pressure on the chest via the top rope. And looking for a spinning kick, but On steps out of the way. Turning the tables a little bit. Kicking her down. On the kneeling head scissor toss. And here's the cover. There's one, there's two. Pandoria kicks out. And On lining up. A little bunny flip. Going for the cover. There's 1, 2. Pandoria still kicks out. Another submission hold. Crescent Moon. And Pandoria slips out. Kick to the chest now. Up, over, and a hammer drop. Or a hammer lock drop. And immediately a rope break. Pandoria trying to get on back up to her feet. Middle rope, wheelbarrow, DDT. And now picking up on into a seated position. Rolling neck snap. And Pandoria heading up top. Flying double foot stomp on, crawling to the corner. Pandoria looking to continue. Turning on. Setting her up into a tree of woe. But On fights her way out. Double leg drop kick. And now On setting up another head scissor, or kneeling head scissor toss. And are we looking for another submission hold here? Nope. The flip into the cover. 1, 2, and Pandoria will not kick out of this.
Here is your winner,
And Panther showing that her skills are not just in the tag team division. She can also hold her own quite well in a singles match, and honestly, I kind of want to see her. Yeah, I kind of want to see her more in the singles realm. Matches like these, I think she can find a. I think she can find a spot. And next, here comes Ryan, microphone in hand, looking to have a few words for the audience. Let's see what he has to say. Okay. Okay, yeah, we get it, dude. You're the double champion and all, but you don't have to self-aggrandize yourself like that. Really calling the entire men's Universal Division a bunch of jokers? And that's Rhine time? Yeah, and here comes Zeke with a few words of his own. calling Ryan the Joker. And that the next time that the Vision Warriors take on the Heroes of Chaos, it is on. And here we go for our first mixed gender tag match, or cross-gender tag match.
The following contest is a tag team match set for
Introducing first,
representing the Shield from Elysian Fields, Komaeda.
it is Pyra. Usually in a tag match, or usually on a tag team rather, with her sister Mithra, but this time, that's changing. Because her partner for this match, it's her driver, the Champion Slayer, representing the Heroes of Chaos, Rex.
125 pounds.
And for their opponents, introducing first, she is your Women's Nexus Champion. It is the Phantom Violet herself, Kasumi Yoshizawa.
Representing Diamond Mine from Tokyo, Japan, the Women's Mixed NXT Champion, the Phantom Violet.
And last, but certainly not least, it's her partner and the leader of the Phantom Thieves,
Weighing in at 148 pounds,
Joker.
Phantom Joker.
Now, unlike previous years where we've done mixed gender tag matches, this time there is no there's no rule saying that if one team tags out, the other has to as well. No. We can have Rex versus Joker, Rex versus Kasumi, Joker versus Pyra, Kasumi versus Pyra. We can have any permutation here, or any combination rather. It's all legal. And here we go, Pyra. Kasumi the first in the ring. Deciding to keep things classic. And here we go, meeting in the middle of the ring. Immediately locking up, and Kasumi with a headster toss. Setting up Pyra's double leg dropkick to the spine. And a stomp to the wrist. Now, depending on how these go, we might have a few more mixed gendered matches in the works. Not just tag team, but also maybe singles. Perhaps triple threat. Maybe special matches. Who knows? Kasumi with a spinning back heel kick missed. And now Pyra with a rolling neck snap. Forcing Kasumi back up to her feet. Toss into the corner. And tagging in Rex and immediately looking for a chain attack. Double knees right to the spine. And now here we go. This is true mixed gender wrestling here. Rex versus Kasumi. Rex to the outside, Kasumi to her feet. Rex looking for a kick. I thought Kasumi might have blocked that, but no. And here we go, an early pin. There's an early 2 count. Kasumi kicks out. It's not rare for her, but a little unexpected. Kasumi forcing Rex up to his feet, and a headster toss. Kasumi reaching into the ring, tagging in Joker. Rex and Joker, they have plenty of history wrestling against each other. Mainly in the tag team scene, but I think they might have a singles match against each other in 24. I do not remember, but I think they do. Joker the middle rope moonsault and forcing Rex up to a seated position. Running, looking for a neck snap. Rex gets out of the way. Rex hammerlock, knee right to the gut. Rex forcing Joker up over the shoulders, knee to the back of the head. Joker takes out, Kasumi back in. And Kasumi with I think that was an elbow. I looked away for a second. And now Kasumi to the outside. Springboard double leg dropkick, getting one up on Rex for what he did just a few minutes ago. And now Kasumi stomping the forehead. Stomping down vigorously. Arm breaker now, Kasumi heading up top. What is she looking for here? Getting Rex back up to his feet. Okay. And a crossbody. Going for the cover. Pyra immediately in to break it up. And now Kasumi with a bit of a feint. Look for a stomp, but Rex gets out of the way. Kick to the thigh. Rex elbow to the spine. Irish whip. Looking for an elbow. Kasumi just running right past that. And now turning Rex around. The Champion Slayer on her shoulders. And a suplex. Crawling to the corner. Kasumi seeing that. Preventing that. She's been in a few tag matches herself. She knows. Girl knows ball. Kasumi tags out, Joker back in, keeping things fresh, while meanwhile keeping Rex in the ring. That's the important part. Well, the more important part is keeping Pyra out of the ring. Joker with a crossbody going for the cover. There's two, and Rex kicks out. Looking for the tag out. Joker preventing that, but Rex fighting out, knife edge chops. Rolling neck breaker. And forcing Joker back up to his feet. Kick to the chest. Up. Over. And a powerbomb. Rex finally making his way to the corner, tagging in Pyra. Here we go, interesting. Pyra versus Joker. Pyra immediately sending Joker down, going for the cover. Yeah, not even close. Now Pyra with a spinning facebuster. Stomp and tagging Rex back in. Rex with a kick to the leg, or to the leg? To the knee. What the hell's a leg? Rex looking to roll out, and does. Joker takes out Kasumi back in, and I was not expecting Rex versus Kasumi to be cinema, but it turns out that it's turning out to be. But Rex tags out Pyra in, and Pyra with a double leg dropkick. Kasumi back up to her feet, kind of. Pyra sending her for a run. Belly to back suplex off the Irish whip. Flying knee. And now Pyra middle rope. Going for the cover, and Joker breaks it up. Pyra forcing Kasumi back up to her feet. Looking for the Irish whip, but Kasumi, I saw that coming. Reversal and a hot shot. Joker to the outside. Kasumi balancing up top in a crossbody. Kasumi tossing Pyra back into the ring, climbing in after the Aigis. And a double leg dropkick. Kasumi forcing Pyra back up. The stun dog millionaire. And not going for the cover, instead climbing up top. Looking to put a bow on things. The Phoenix Splash, or I don't know. The corkscrew moonsault into the cover. Rex having to break it up. And now Kasumi with an elbow drop, forcing Pyra back up to her feet. Irish whip to the corner. Are we gonna have a Showtime attack to end things? We may. And the teamwork between the two Phantom Thieves. Joker not going for the cover right away, instead running around. Neck snap. And a stomp to the ankle. Joker forcing Pyra back up to her feet. Toss to the corner. Are we going to have a second Showtime? Yes, we will. Here we go. Joker and Kasumi sending Pyra for an Irish whip. And Pyra managing to tag out. Kasumi to the outside, balancing, double leg dropkick, completely whiffing. And now Rex, I would say, on the advantage a bit. Sending Kasumi for an Irish whip. Satellite DDT. And heading up top. This somersault splash from the top rope. And now heading to the outside. Is he looking for the phenomenal forearm? Is Rex? Yes, here we go. Phenomenal forearm. Dragging Sumi away from the ropes. Going for the cover, and Joker immediately in to break it up and hitting the referee in the back of the head. Kasumi with the reversal. Backing up. Victory roll double stomp. Here we go, another Showtime attack. Kick to the chest, and now Joker with a springboard moonsault. Referee still not to his feet. Joker just needs to buy time. Here we go, the referee finally back up. And the Phantom Cutter into the pin. There's one. A really long 1 count. Referee's certainly not happy about being accosted by Joker. The crowd loud on their feet. Joker tagging Kasumi back in. And this really has been the marquee matchup of this match. Rex versus Kasumi, who would have thought? Middle rope. Looking for the crossbody, but Rex with the catch. And the planted power slam. Going to the corner, tagging in Pyra. Pyra with the ground and pound. Forcing Kasumi up to her feet, look for the kick, but Kasumi with the reversal still in this match. And Pyra the reversal right back. And a snap DDT. Here's not the cover. Forcing Kasumi up to her feet. Kasumi the reversal right back. Irish whip. Belly to back suplex going for the cover. Here comes Rex to break up the pin for his blade. But the Aegis driver getting driven right into the corner. Kasumi forcing Pyra up to her feet. Over their shoulder suplex. And now up top, Rex along the outside. Kasumi with a spiral tap. And here's the cover. So 1, 2, 3. Not gonna lie, I was kind of hoping for that match to end on a Showtime attack between Kasumi or Joker, or a chain attack between Rex and Pyra, but I'm not disappointed with that ending. And both teams showing absolutely fantastic teamwork, but at the end of the day, there can only be one winner. And tonight, that is Kasumi Yoshizawa and Amaya. Who else? Really, who else? And for our next matchup of the evening, introducing first, it is the ringleader himself,
Making his way to the ring from Cleveland,
Jaren.
weighing in at 149 pounds, Jaren!
And his opponent, excuse me, and his opponent,
From Nagata, Japan, weighing in at 143 pounds, with Komaeda.
it is Nagito Komaeda. They go both men ready. And ref rings the bell to meet in the middle. And immediately size each other up and immediately lock up. Jaren pushing Nagito down, but Nagito with a spinning clothesline and an arm breaker. Nagito to the outside. Springboard, or a slingshot knee. And Jaren kicking the ultimate hope off of him, or the ultimate lucky student off of him. The self-proclaimed ultimate hope. For a submission, Nagito immediately gets out of the way, kick to the chest. Jaren sending Nagito for a run. Diving underneath. Jumping single leg dropkick. Jaren with a stomp to the chest. And now heading up top. Going for the pin. There's a 2 count, but Nagito kicks out. Nagito with a stomp right to the forehead. Just scraping the foot against the skin. Jaren fighting himself out. Head scissor toss. And now Jaren with a single leg Boston Crab. And Nagito immediately pushing him off. Toss to the corner. Knife edge chop. Jaren elbowing out. Jaren to the top rope. Looking for a leg drop, and Nagito just stepping right underneath it. Jaren to the corner. Diving clothesline. And now trapping the arm and stomping on the hand. Jaren. The alley-oop elbow drop, and Nagito gets out of the way and sending Jaren over the top rope. And trying to knock him off the apron? Does. Nagito to the outside, following Jaren. Up, over, single shoulder suplex from Jaren as he retreats back into the ring. Nagito trying to send Jaren to the steel steps, failing the first time, hitting the second time. And now retreating back to the ring. There's 6. There's 7. Jaren back into the ring, kind of. And now Nagito going for the pin, using the ropes as leverage. Jaren having to fight out even harder than usual. Jaren sending Nagito for an Irish whip. Underneath. And just way too early on that attack, and now Nagito chicken wing facebuster. And the stomp for good measure. And the cover, there's 1, 2, 3.
with Komaeda.
And Nagito picking up a pretty beautiful win there. And yeah, you can see on his face, he's gonna gloat about this backstage. And now for our penultimate matchup of the evening. Introducing first, she is still your Women's Universal Champion, A2.
And her opponent, representing the Blade Runners, from the Queen City, More!
And her opponent, from Morag, it is the Flamebringer, Morag. And here go both women ready. Refereeing's bell, and A2 immediately running towards Morag, but Morag just greeting her with a combo slap to the chest, stomp to the chest. And now just stomping on the hand. Wrapping the leg around, figure four leg breaker. Like for the stomp, but A2 gets back up to her feet. Morag sends her back down, but A2 back to her feet again. Now they lock up. A2 sending Morag into a wrist lock. Keeping her in her place. And now Morag sending A2 down. Sending A2 up into a seated position. And a rolling neck breaker. Morag now up top. Up top, double leg drop kick. And going for the cover, one, A2 kicks out. Irish whip. And a planted power slam. Dropping the hammer on A2. And Morag watching as A2 uses the ropes to get back up to her feet, and now just working on the arm. A2 catching that kick, sending a knee directly into the face, and now A2 picking up Morag over the shoulder, just sending her face first into the canvas with that face buster. There's 2. Morag kicks out. Getting the Flamebringer back up to her feet. Just slowing this match down, avoiding the grapple, but Morag continuing the offense. Elbow to the back, kick to the chest. Now Morag. Not entirely sure what the plan was there. I think she was trying to get to the corner. And a crossbody to the spine. Here's the cover. 1, 2. Now Morag setting up a submission from behind, and A2 immediately escaping. And now planted slam. And Morag heading up top, completely dominating this match so far. Don't think she has any plans to relinquish that. Double leg dropkick. And Morag looking for the knee. A2 gets out of the way. Back elbow. And now Morag forcing A2 up over the shoulders, but A2 slipping out. And now A2 forcing Morag over the shoulders. Running Alt F5 or Alt F4, and the cover, there's 2. A2 to the outside. Slingshot crossbody. And now to the corner, heading up top. Looking to quickly shift the tides of battle here, but Morag gets out of the way. And a wrist clutch clothesline. A2 to the outside. Morag giving chase, but A2 immediately grappling her. Elbow to the spine, sending her tumbling into the barricade. And a power slam along the outside. A2 back inside the ring. No, she's not. Heading up top instead. And a splash along the outside. Morag barely moving along the outside. There she goes. There's 4, and Morag just staying along the outside. Staring down A2. There's 7. Morag back inside the ring, and now A2 along the outside, or along the apron, rather. Looking for something. The slingshot crossbody immediately into the cover. 1, 2. Morag kicks out. A2 up top. Flying crossbody. There's 1, 2. Morag still kicks out. A2 forcing Morag up. Pendulum backbreaker. And yeah, the momentum of this match has completely shifted. Morag kicking the android off of her though. And a roundhouse kick, looking for a quick cover. There's one, there's two. Almost. We are in the land of twos right now. And Morag, what is she looking for here? The sleeper hold from behind. Locking in, looking for the tap out. Will she release? Yes. It's almost like I know this game. And now looking for the curb stomp knees. There's one, there's two, there's three. I was expecting an absolute battle between these two, which, yeah, we got. But not quite exactly the type of battle I was expecting?
Here is your winner,
And Morag. Looking to become champion once more, and with a match like that, she absolutely has a case. And now for our main event of the evening. It is a second mixed gender tag team match.
is a tag team match set for one fall.
Introducing first,
From the pack, weighing in at 185 pounds, Nier.
representing Nier Replicant. Don't really know what else to call that, their team. If you have any ideas, let me know, but it is Nier. And his opponent, and his teammate,
From Death Valley, climb in.
it is Kaine.
From the Machine Age, weighing in at 215 pounds, Niles S.
Excuse me. And for their opponents, introducing first, for Yorha and Team Nier Automata, it is the scanner himself, 9S. And his partner,
And from Valhalla,
it is 2B. And this is a matchup that, ever since I saw it was going to be on the card, oh, I was looking all for it. Here we go, Nier 9S. Staring each other down, referee rings the bell and meet in the middle with 9S immediately with some sweet chin music. And an arm breaker. Rolling Nier onto his stomach. Picking him up, a knee to the chin. And now just pulling back on the chest, Nier escapes. And now sending 9S into the corner. And just a huge slap right to the chest. Elbow to the spine, toss to the corner. And now Nier, satellite DDT from the corner. Early cover, 2B with an early breakup. Not entirely sure if that was the protocol, but whatever. Springboard moonsault from Nier. And now headed to the outside, headed up top. Cross body splash into the cover. There's one, there's two. 9S kicks out. And this nearly turned into a glorified singles match between the two men. The 9S escaping, kick to the chest, picking up Nier, and a powerbomb in the corner. 9S escaping to the corner, tagging in 2B. And 2B with a sharp elbow, sending Nier to the Nier down to the mat. Now working the leg. Tubi with a kick to the spine. And a sliding leg breaker? Or a sliding leg breaker, what? No, a sliding leg drop, excuse me. 9S. What am I talking about? Nier picking up 2B. And a small package neck breaker, now heading to the corner, tagging in Kaine. I need to reset too. 2B back into the ring, just flying, sending Kaine down. Nier trying to distract. And now 2B picking Kaine up to her feet. Toss to the corner. And now tagging in 9S for a tag team attack. Using the spine as a trampoline. Knee to the chest. 9S stomp to the ankle. Kaine struggling a little bit. 9S picking up Kaine into a seated position. And a running big boot. Turning Kaine around, and now a arm trap facebuster into the cover, and Nier's gonna break it up. And now 9S going for a Kojai clutch against Nier, even though he's not the legal partner. And 9S focusing his attention back towards Kaine, ducking underneath, and Kaine just running right through that. Standing big boot from 9S, and now going for the cover, and there is only one in Nier. Just now getting to his feet. Kaine picking up 9S, slamming him down. And the cover, there's one. 9S kicks out. Kaine picking 9S back up over the shoulders. And a neck breaker. Kaine to the corner, tagging in Nier. And Nier the running clothesline, sending 9S down. Forcing him back up to his feet. Over the shoulders. And a neck breaker. And the cover, and 2B flying in to break it up. And Nier lining up a crossroads. And going for the cover. There's 1, 2. 9S avoids the 3 count. Nier forcing him back, forcing 9S up to his feet. Toss to the corner, tagging in Kaine for a tag team attack. The trip, the elbow. 2B looking for the tag out, but 9S rolling to the other way, and we have a ton of support for 2B in the crowd. Not many others. Not Nier, not 9S, not Kaine. Ton of support for 2B. Now Kaine senton, forcing 9S up to his feet, just sending him into the steel steps, and now retreating back into the ring. Seven, and does 9S even know where he is? I don't know, but he's back up to his feet. There's 9. Referee really making sure to have 9S hurry. But in the ring. 9S turning Kaine around. Double knee backstabber. Retreating to the corner, tagging in 2B. Now 2B going for the cover against Kaine, not even a 1 count. Rolling cutter from 2B and preventing Kaine from taking out middle rope diving cross or a diving axe handle punch. And 2B with a sliding double leg dropkick. 2B to the outside. Frog splash from the apron. Here's the cover. One and only one as Nier flies in to try to break it up. Too late, but I mean, some damage is better than no damage, but so it wasn't a complete loss. A little bit of miscommunication though between Kaine and Nier, which, let's be honest, not new. To be allowing Kaine to tag out. Not entirely sure if that was a strategic decision or if that was just hubris. To be to her feet, but Nier sending her down with that head scissor toss, and now Nier rolling 2B around, grabbing the wrist, stomping the back of her head. And now looking for the moonsault, Nier completely missing. And now looking for the dragon clutch, but referee calling for rope break, and now not 2B with a spinning back heel kick against Kaine, who just gets up like nothing happened. That's the power of Tyrion for you. Nier with the reversal, sending 2B down. The grapple, forcing 2B up to her feet. And now Nier picking her up, bending her over his back, or over his knee. Tags out Kaine in. Running knee smash. Kaine up top, staring down her opponent. And a flying axe handle chop. Here's the cover. Still only a 1 count. Kaine forcing 2B up to her feet, toss to the corner. Tag it in Nier. No, 2B preventing that. Chicken wing. Over the shoulder suplex, and now 2B tags out. 9S makes his return to the ring. 9S with an elbow against Kaine. If Ramil were here, I wonder who he would be backing. I really don't know. And now 9S going against Nier. Well, let's be honest, probably Nier and Kaine. Mostly for Kaine. Kaine with a huge clothesline against 9S. Tossing him into the corner. Now just stomping down on him like he's nothing. And just trapping 9S between the knee and the barricade. There's 6. Kaine picking up 9S. Powerbomb along the outside. There's 8. Really need to get into the ring, guys. 9S somehow wins that race. And they somehow both beat the referee. 9S tossing Kaine into the corner, tagging in 2B. Tag team attack here. Dangling Kaine over the rope. Axe handle punch right to the spine, and now 2B sliding leg drop. And again. Got it right this time. 2B working on the neck. Backing up. Tagging 9S back in. Trusting the scanner. And now just 9S stomping down on the hand, forcing Kaine up to her feet. into the corner, tagging in 2B for another tag team attack. This time an axe handle, or a hammer drop to the arm. 2B sending Kaine for an Irish whip. Kaine catching that kick, reversed. Now a cradle. Just tossing Kaine away from the corner. Rolling onto her back, stomp to the Achilles. And now 2B along the apron. Springboard Hurricane Rana. Forcing Kaine up to her feet. Looking for the kick. Kaine stepping out of the way, and there's a spear out, or tackle out of nowhere. Forcing 2B up to her feet. Toss into the corner. Looking to tag out, but 2B preventing that with an elbow. Now tagging in 9S. Nines forcing 2B, or a Kaine up to her feet. And the DDT from downtown. And now what is 9S looking for here? The rolling cutter going for the cover. Nier breaks it up. 9S heading to the corner, tagging in 2B. Letting her potentially do the honors. And now 2B lining up for the finisher. There's a spinning back heel kick. And the cover to put this one away for good. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. And as we watch the replays of this pretty incredible match to cap off a really, really entertaining night of matches, I would like to thank you all for joining us here tonight and hope to see you on Friday for Eclipse as we are getting ever closer to our most important event of the year. Or one of the most important events of the year. I would say second only to the Rumble. It is Money in the Bank. But until then, as we watch 2B with a spinning back heel kick that put this one away.
Here are your winners.
And with that, we are signing out from San Diego, California. See ya.